Morning, how you doing, Damp Sam here? Got a job at where are we? Oiland in Barnsley, and this was a report that I did, a pre-purchase report. Well, actually, they'd bought it and they got told that they needed a damp and timber service, so we ended up coming out and doing one. So the valuers picked up some damp issues, and we had to go out to do a report, damp and timber report. So if you're buying a property, we can do your damp and timber reports. So I came out and had a look at it. These properties have got a damp proof course in them, a physical damp proof course, and they're usually just above door. But one of the issues that what this property's got, I mean, gutter were leaking. I'll just show you where it were leaking. So up top there, we could see a gap in thing. So I spotted that. You can just see green, bit of green algae on there. There are a few other issues. It's been altered a bit, property. But you've got this thing here, which is like a, I don't know, they've built this like a patio thing here. So straight away you've got a ground level. And then next door's property is on a higher level. It's 8 courses of brick higher. So bottom of this wall, this party wall, is earth retaining. I've just took skittings off, so pulled that bit of paper off. You can see how wet it is. Like I said, it's probably earth retaining up to here. So we're going to put a waterproof system on it, on them bits. And then all other bits, it's just like a bridging. So it was like low level damp bridging. So this is plan that I drew. And it kind of goes that way. So it's kind of in there. One of the issues that I saw, so you can see it's that wall, them runs, I think boilers leaked at some point. You've got like this bit of decoration spoil, but then you've got it on bottom. I think it's leaked at some point, so you've got low level damp. And then same in here. Retaining wall, some damp issues. Not a great deal. The good houses these. I've got one near here, what we rent out. Ex-local authority. Brilliant, you know what I mean? There's no extractor fan. I think we're fitting an extractor fan in here. Putting one in bathroom as well. What other things are we doing? So yeah, so just getting it sorted out for them. They've took carpets out. So I'll keep you posted on our progress. They're supposed to have took toilet out and sink. So it's a bit tight in there. I've just took door off. So we'll get this sorted. I mean, all windows have got trickle vents. Some of them were broke, so they just need sorting out. Once get trickle vents sorted out, it'll be fine. But they're brilliant houses, these, especially for renting. They're solid, absolutely solid. And issues that you normally get is just bridging, where they've either plastered down past existing damp proof course. I mean, if you look, this is a concrete slab, and they've put vinyl tiles on. One of the reasons why they used to put vinyl tiles on is because when they built these, they put the concreted floors, but the plastic weren't invented, so it was built about 1920s, 30s. Plastic membranes, they weren't invented, so they were not to go under the slab, they just put it straight onto earth. And then they started getting issues, so they had different ways where they were, where they put a membrane on. So you've got a bitumen screed, so they used to put them on, mastic screed. But other way were to put these as vinyl tiles on. So they'd use like this adhesive, which is like a rubber based. So that's how you got your DPM, and then they put carpets on top, which is what they've done. But all in all, solid houses. Brilliant to buy, brilliant to rent out. Always came with a big garden as well. So there you go. Lovely. I'll keep you posted on this. Oh, don't forget to go on to dampsam.com. Get your free ebooks and stuff. Alright. I'm back. So what I wanted to tell you about this property is, when I did report, what they've done with this is, these properties were built with physical damp coursing, and at some point, probably in 80s or 90s, I don't know whether it was during council when they did renovations for this, I've come across a few council houses, like ex-council houses like this, and what they've done is, they've took the bottom brick art all the way around property, and put a slate DPC in. Now I don't know whether that's because there's raised floors or what, but or concrete floors were of a original DPC, what were poured, so it'd have been a bitumen felt roll or a poured bitumen DPC. Whether when they put floors in, it bridged it, original DPC, and then somebody in the wisdom have said, right, we're going to cut out bricks out and put a new DPC in. And the problem with that is, what they do is they'll cut a meter's worth of bricks out, and then they put slate in. It's a right fiddly job, and it's not really continuous. I've just took this skirting off, and we can kind of see what they've done. So if you look here, when we said bridging, so this is what I mean by bridging. So your damp course is here, which is a slate one. Let's see if I can pop that up there. So you can see that that's not done right. It's not continuous, and whoever's done it has made a right pig's ear of it. And then you've got that plaster, they've plastered down below it, and then they've got this stuff here, which is mortar there. That's mortar, and it looks like they've put that smack in front of brick to hold it in place somehow, to keep it in place. But whoever Clarker works on this has obviously don't know nothing about damp. I mean, don't get me wrong, this will have been done in 70s or 80s, and they've just made a right pig's ear. But it's only low level damp. It's not rising damp. Don't go all the way up wall, but it is still damp, and it will making skirtings wet. And I'll show you skirtings, because they've rotted. So when we go around with damp meters and you put them on skirtings, then when you're doing a survey, they're showing up above 20% wood moisture content, which means they have to have some work done on them. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. You might come across it in houses, and this is why a lot of time you don't really know what's going off until you start work on them. Because we've done that many over years, you kind of, when you go into a property, you can kind of more or less tell what type of damp it is through patterns of dampness. So, but until you actually take it off, you are still, sort of surmising, I'll say. So I just wanted to show you that. I'll probably keep you updated with other stuff as we go along. See you in a bit. So I'm not even an hour in on this job, and you lucky people, you've got a bit of everything, because I'm going to show you the ultimate bridging. So in there you've got bridging issues where they've put like sand and cement or some kind of render of a DPC, and with that you've got a bit of a chance. So you've got some kind of chance that it's going to last for a bit longer. But in here, I'm going to show you. So I've just took skirting off, and as you can see on this particular room, it is a gypsum plaster, which looks like it's a lightweight gypsum plaster. Let me have a look at lead. It does look like Carlite bonding. And it's whether somebody's took a bigger skirting off and then decided, well, I need to sit this skirting on, the gap's too big because we're only putting a matchbox one on, so we need to fill that in, and what they've done is they've filled it in with Carlite bonding. And again, it bridges DPC that's in, and when we knock it off, I'll find out what's going off on brickwork. But like if they've done it like that and put a slate DPC in, then that might be part of the issue. But again, it's a bit higher in here because this is that area outside that I showed you where gutter were leaking and splashing back against wall. So it's higher in here, but it's still low level dampness. So we're hacking it off up to 300 mil from last signs of dampness. So I'll kind of get meat and I'll decide how high we're going to do it. But like I said, I'm just getting skittings off, and when you get skittings off, you've got more of a picture of what's happening. And every job is different, every wall is different. So that one, like I said before, that one over there, you've got your high ground level outside, rainwater splashing back onto the wall, plus whatever shit that's in there. It might be full of earth retaining. 8 courses of brickwork. Above is their floor level, solid floor, and both properties have got solid floors. So that's earth retaining. You've got chimney breast here, it's not vented. I think it's vented on top. Again here, ground level, 8 courses up. So we're going to be taking that off. I think this wall were alright. There's just a couple of areas there either side at door. So you're just going to whip them skittings off and then just take them bits off and just see. It's probably bridging again. And then just in here, in there, which is going to be awkward in the toilet, but I'm sure I'll manage. So I'll see you on next one. Bye bye now. Right, you're getting some rate value today. So I'm showing you all different types of bridging, different types of what's happening when you get damp issues in a property. So we just took this wall off outside at door, and I just want to show you this. So they've got, this is limelight plaster. So somebody's put limelight on, and it looks as if that's original brick. So whoever's put damp proof course in, they've not took them bricks out for some reason. I'll know more when we knock it off. But what I did see is this bit here in corner, which is a common thing that a lot of people who are hacking off labourers, it's a good thing that they do. And if you look how rotted that is, this bit of architrave, if you see there, that whoever's knocked off has left the old plaster in, and that is gypsum plaster. And when you look in there, that is rotting. Frame, gypsum plaster at bottom here. I think that there, I think that's
original damp course. I'm sure it is. I'll know more when I've got thing off. I'm just looking to see if there's any black. But again, in corner here, we've got all this stuff what's bridging, and if you look here, that's some original plaster again, all the way to the floor. They've not knocked it off, and it just bridges, and that side it frame at door.
So that's just another type of bridging that you get, and this is what we say when you tell you that you've got a bridging issue. It just means that they've plastered down and it's gone over damp proof course that should be in there, whether there's one, and the moisture migrates over it, bypasses it, bridges it as a bridge to go across it. And there's loads of different types, and that's one of the most common issues with damp, not rising damp, but bridging. So if you've had a damp survey and it says on your report that you've got rising damp all the way around, get a second opinion, because there's the one property in land, I won't say, where everything is rising damp all the way through, especially if we've got chimney breasts, because that's going to be sulphate salts, it's going to be lateral damp, you're going to have no DPC in bottom, you might even have no ventilation in it. So if you've got chimney breasts and it says it's rising damp, get a second opinion, because I don't know what they're on with. Send it to me, dampsam@thedampshow.co.uk, and I'll have a look at it for you. So that's Damp Sam signing off, and I'll see you on next time if I find something else. How you doing? Damp Sam again. We've finally got most of the stuff knocked off. When I originally come to do this survey, we put in report that we thought that, because we've got 2 subfloor vents outside, but it's a solid floor inside, that at some point there probably were a timber floor in here. And what we've done is, because it were bridging in areas what were wet, I said to the customer, shall we take all scuttings off and make sure that there's no bridging at all? So cut any plaster off that's all the way to the floor, and then that's not going to become wet in future, even though it's dry at minute. And they said yeah, so we've took them off, and this weren't going to come off, but you can see where joists were. So you've got these holes that's in brickwork on front wall, and they've come straight through, and might have even been a subfloor kitchen as well, but we're not going to know. But what's happened is, when they've put this concrete floor down, they've gone above the physical DPC that was in this property when it was first built, and they've dropped this floor in and gone above it, and that's basically bridged it. And then what they've done is they've plastered all the way to the floor. But not only have they plastered all the way to the floor with just normal, I don't know, sand and cement or sand and cement lime, somebody's gone round then and put browning on, or bonding, a Carlite backing, which is even worse. So we stop it bridging all the way around. They'll probably put a bit bigger skirting on, and then areas what we've said that we're going to put a waterproof system on, because that's earth retaining. Same there. We'll just play it by ear and sort it out. So kind of in here, everything it's a bit of a mishmash, so they've blocked that up. And this was just browning all the way in, and it's same in this other place, in toilet. This was an outhouse. You can see old lime wash on wall. So you can see lime washes there. This would have been a single brick building or something like that, or not far up. And one of outbuildings. they've plastered it with just browning, so it kind of didn't stand a chance. So we'll have to put a new DPC in here, this wall at least. And this again, there's all sorts going off. So you've got like grit oils that go through, and that will just fill with gypsum plaster. You've got sides casings here, again filled with gypsum plaster. Same down there. All them oils, any big oils, they're just stuffed a load of plaster in. So it don't really help. Now we've got a venting chimney. Just looking down there, there's a couple of gaps. So here, as well as putting a slate DPC, and they've put slate on under the top, and then they've put this here, but it's right down near the floor. So they had to go everything, and that just fell off. That's not an area we were going to do, but it were all blown and it's just fell off. We've took off all bits what we're bridging. So this is what you don't get when you get a company in. So if you get a company in, they'll send lads and they ain't got that knowledge, so they'll just knock it off and then do it with gear that they've been sent with. A lot of companies, because I offer a bespoke product where I survey it and I'll do work myself, then we can make decisions on job and I can see what systems have been put in. We can get rid of any bridging and stuff like that, and we can use different systems that we've got in stock for different areas. So there'll be more and more people doing having companies like this, because there's more plasterers and damp proofers that's taking exams with PCA and getting that knowledge. So they'll offer a bespoke product rather than working for one of the bigger companies. Some will not be asked to, because it's hard work having a company. You've got to do all paperwork and everything and stuff like that. But there'll be some that just want them bigger profits, so they'll want to just work for the sends. So they'll go and get qualified and then they'll set up as a company. Somewhere, I mean, like I said, I've got other things going off where I've got other streams of income, so we only have to really do one job a week. So whoever gets that one job a week is lucky that they're getting, like I said, a bespoke product and they know it's going to be right. So this is why I put videos on, so at least people can see different types of preservation work that's gone on in past, what tends to happen in these kind of houses, and that it's not just one thing. It's not just rising damp. Very rarely it's rising damp. So I'm not saying that you never get it, but it's very rare that it's rising damp these days. So again, like I said before, if somebody's sends you a report or a quote and it says you've got rising damp, send it to me, let me have a look at it and I'll point in the right direction. That's Damp Sam signing off. See you on next then. How you doing, Damp Sam, on this job that we've been doing this week? All prepped, ready. So I think you saw it before when we'd knocked off. So now, yesterday we put NatSem on. You see pictures. So we put NatSem across that back wall, which has got high ground level, and then it's express damp proofing system round there. Put a bit of liquid DPM just to blend onto. It's the same down here. Again, the same again. It's been natsing both sides, natsing all under there. There were a bit of messing around them switches. So where wire goes, and there were a piece of metal stuck out there, and the wiring corner that we've tidied up. So it's all ready to be skimmed tomorrow. Look in here, so we've got them little bits. Here. Got these bits in here already. Just skimmed it up so we can get a flyer tomorrow. There we go. Bit in there, bit in here, and it was awkward right back at the toilet, I'll tell you. Really awkward at back of there. They were supposed to have took toilet out and took sink out. As you can see, they didn't do it. But, and then there was this bit here, so there were a little bit down there to do. You'll see that I've done a couple of bits in render light, and reason for that is because it was so thin, so we wouldn't have got a board on. So I just did them bits in render light, so you got that bit, and a couple of bits near door. So that'll be blended in. One of the things we did as well, I contacted, excuse me, I contacted a customer, and because I saw they were bridging on areas that that we'd mapped to do on plan, I thought, well, I knew that rest would be bridging. So even though the walls weren't damp when we tested them, I asked them if they wanted us to take it off and then cut any bits what were bridging off. So we took all the skirting off, and it was all the way to the floor, so we've cut it off. What they'll do, they'll put a bigger skirting on, taller skirting on, so probably a 5-inch or a 4. So around here, I took these off, and there were a gap all the way down. There were only bits of foam all the way in, so I reformed it, sliced it off, put some render light on that I'd got left, and then we've stuck them back on, and we just did these 2 little bits at bottom, which were a bit of cold spots off. You've got like they were bridging basically. You got all the way to the floor, and it were all the way to the floor on that on sill, which is stone. So we're going to be on a flyer tomorrow, so I'll take a few pictures, and it'll be in part of the video. So I'll see you on next thing. I'll do it when we've skimmed it. I've got an electrician coming tomorrow. He's going to fit 2 alternating fans, one in kitchen and one in bathroom. So it might be a bit cramped tomorrow. That's Damp Sam signing off. dampsam.com. Right, so we've all done at this job in Highland. There you go, so you've got your wall what's earth returning, all nats end up, and then boarded, skimmed, put pacifier vent up in top. All damp areas that were bridging have been hacked off up to 300mm. Last signs of damp. We took all the skittings off and took off all plaster that were bridging, that were down past floor level. I don't know what they were doing with this, but I've done a finger pattern on plaster so they can just paint it, or they might have it skimmed. It's getting rented out, this. So we took these off as well. These patches, filled it in with foam, and then put render light on it. Got swapped over that fan that were in bathroom to an alternating fan. I've got one in kitchen, alternating fan in kitchen. Chimney breast vented, putting it in vent on it. That one nat semmed either side, nat semmed under the airboard and then skimmed. All done all nice and neat again in here. All sorted out. So they've just got to put skittings on now. Another bit here, and then it we're old vent war. And here you go behind toilet, and then just this bit near the door. So all finished. That's us done at this job. Last thing to do, I said we've get it a clean up. They've got carpets to go down and stuff like that. So yeah, anybody wants to get in touch with me, dampsand.com. You'll find my email somewhere on there, on his link tree, or simon@alldrydampproofing.com. That's my email. Yeah, so that's this job finished. On to the next one. We've got survey to do tomorrow and a job to look at in Brampton, I think it is. So, Damp Sam signing off. See you later.